Good morning. So I am coming on right after the 4th of July. So I hope you guys had a great holiday weekend. I hope you had awesome time and fellowship with your family. And if you have little ones, I hope they had a blast. Mine sure did. I am still exhausted. We did trampolines and water and everything you can imagine. So today's a little bit more of a chill, get things done, give mama a break type of day. But I wanted to hop on this morning. You guys have been on my heart for a while. I have a few exciting things, so I kind of want to lay out the order of how this video is going to go, so that way you know if you only want to be here for a word of encouragement that God gave me, that's going to be in the very beginning, because I want to start by giving glory to the one who deserves it, which is the Lord. That'll be first. Second, I will talk to you guys about just an exciting update from my last video and a platform that's been highly requested for me to do, and I've done it, and I'm going to officially go live with it in the second part of this video. And then the very end of this video, a very special little boy to Josh and I, my husband and I, Zeke turns 4. And so if you guys want to partake in a little birthday blessing to him, that'll be at the very end of the video. So that's kind of how the platform, or I guess the order of how this video is going to go. And so whatever you want to hear about, if you only want to hear about the update, maybe skip to the middle. If you just want to hear about Zeke, skip to the end. I hope you're here for it all, but I'll try not to ramble too much. So let's get into it. The first thing I want to do is talk about something God had shared with me, honestly, earlier last week. I'm going through a few things personally, health-wise, and it causes a lot of fear and anxiety. I know it's something I battle with. I've battled with that ever since I was a child, seeing my mom go through things, and her mom, just our family history isn't great, and I let things that are little, that were never big, make me think the worst. But in this situation, I'm not going to go into much detail. I haven't even spoken to family about it besides my husband, and so I don't want them to worry about me. But I'm going through a few things, and some big things have been thrown out there, and so I go see a specialist in a couple weeks, and in the waiting, that's really hard, and it causes some fear. And so I've taken a little bit of time to pray and get my mindset right. And last week was one of those weeks where not even just was my health at the forefront of my mind, but a few other things were. Life is always a little hectic and crazy. And so it was just one of those days in particular that I just was kind of frustrated. And so my house was quiet and I was cleaning, and my dad, I believe, had the kiddos. And so I was frustrated cleaning, and I like to do that sometimes. And I was just kind of in a negative headspace with multiple things and feeling like I was waiting on a lot of areas in my life. And halfway through my cleaning, I finally was open enough to let my guard down, let that wall down, and let God in. And so I began to pray, and I stopped what I was doing, and I went to our little office area in the corner of our house, and I sat down and I just prayed, and I asked God to just show me what I'm missing. And he showed me a puzzle, and I don't really get visions a lot, but I closed my eyes and I vividly saw a puzzle just scattered in front of me. And I interpreted that to be like, okay, like, am I broken? Is like, I clearly feel broken, Lord. So please tell me what I'm missing, because I'm seeing this at face value. I would appreciate it if you gave me, the interpretation that I need. And I sat there for a good 30 minutes and I heard nothing. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to get more things done. And as I was cleaning the bathroom, I heard him say worship. And I'm like, worship? And I heard it again. I'm like, God, I play worship music all the time. But okay, like, I'll play worship music. And nothing. I mean, I love worship music. It sets my mood. And I think what he was really doing was having me open myself up, humble myself to actually hear what he's trying to tell me. but I still heard nothing. And so later that evening, I went to my bedroom and I was doing my devotional, and I began to write. And if you guys have me on Facebook, I wrote a journal of just what God had given me. And I'm really not the best writer, but I feel like in this instant, I was a better writer than I am even a speaker on it. But I'm going to do my best to share with you what God had shown and shared with me. And he reminded me, the reason why I heard worship was because for me, worship keeps me steadfast and grounded. And worship looks different for all of us, but that's what worship is for me. And he reminded me of that. But through that, God reminded me, he's not a God of fear, anxiety, depression, captivity, bondage. That's not what he is. And I saw that puzzle again. And I'm like, why am I seeing this puzzle? And all of a sudden, I saw myself picking up worries and trying to put it in the puzzle, and picking up fear and trying to force it in the puzzle, and picking up frustration and trying to put it in my puzzle. And I was like, wow, I get it. I hear you. This doesn't belong here. And so I gave it to the Lord. I gave him those fears and that anxiety. And I'm not perfect. And I wish I could tell you that from that moment, yesterday I made my specialist appointment and I was anxious in it. I didn't want to do it, but I did it. And I wasn't not fearful, but I didn't stay in that fear. I didn't let that peace grow because it didn't belong there. And that puzzle was my life. And one day I'm going to look back at what I feel like is a scattered puzzle right now, waiting on pieces to be put together. But one day it's going to be done, and I'm going to look back and be like, that's a masterpiece that God did. And then he's going to take me to my next masterpiece and my next puzzle. And there's going to be moments where that puzzle's scattered until it's beautiful. And so if that's you today, friend, you're not forgotten about. You're not. He sees you. He hears us. We sometimes are a little stubborn. If you're like me, learn from me, because I'm a little stubborn at times and I try to do it my own way and it doesn't ever work. But sometimes, even not in this particular situation for me, but in other areas of my life, I have allowed some little stress to grow into frustration, and all of a sudden I'm angry and bitter, and I'm like, at one time that was just a little bit of a stress. And so if that's you, don't let that grow. Don't let it grow, because trust me, the world will let it grow, but God will take it from us. So don't just go to your girlfriends and try to vent and let that frustration grow. Give it to the Lord, because he'll take it from you. And so I just wanted to remind you of that. There's gonna be moments, even when you give it to him, that you're gonna be like, ooh, I feel that fear coming back in. But he'll quickly remind you to give it to him and what it feels like when you do. And so my puzzle that I'm currently in is not done and finished, but it will be, and yours will be. And then we're going to move to the next chapter and season that God has for us. And I am excited. I'm excited to share testimonies. I'm excited to hear yours. So just be reminded that today you're not forgotten about, you're not seen, and you're not heard. He's there for us. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys today. The second part to this video is the exciting update from the last video. So because of your generosity, we were able to meet almost every single one of those needs. I am so appreciative. Not only am I appreciative, but each and every individual that went out to is appreciative. They felt loved. They felt the goodness of the Lord. And it was an answer to many of their prayers. So please, please, from the bottom of my heart here, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the second part is You guys have asked me ever since I did the GoFundMe for my dad to do Give, Send, Go for our ministry, for New Impact. And I was a little bit hesitant to do it because of some backlash that you can get doing platforms like that. But there's also exciting things to platforms like that, because I'm one that I'd love to see a goal met. And when you guys send things to our PayPal or our PO box, whatever avenue you sent your donations to, not everybody can see that. And there is some beauty in that, because then you don't get all the hate. But I'm not going to allow that. Absolutely not. Because there's a lot more beauty in seeing goals and seeing what that's going out to. So I did do it. I actually did it Sunday morning, and I asked God to give me peace in doing it. And I did it early Sunday morning because I had my whole day planned out to get on later that afternoon to do a video. I was excited to do it. I was like amped up to do it. But that morning I had prayed and I said, God, please remind me and give me peace as to why I'm going to take this leap of faith. And he did it in the most beautiful way. Because Sunday, I didn't get on here because I was there for a family in an emergency situation, and I ended up being in a hospital all day. And I'm not going to go too much into detail. It's not really my place. But God reminded me, I was there all day, and I was able to be there for a woman who really needed it. But I was also able to bless her, not only financially, but with my time, with words of the Lord and the goodness of God, and just being company to somebody. And every reason as to why I always push through and do what I do on this platform is because of situations like this. And he literally put me in a situation like that. And I was like, yeah, I get it, Lord. This is why I keep doing it. And this is why I'm not going to let naysayers get to me. Because there's more positive out there, and I appreciate every one of you. So I did do that platform. The goal is $50,000. And yes, that's a big goal. Yes, that's ambitious. That would fund our ministry for over a year. And how amazing would that be? I can't say that I can tell you where every single dollar is going to go, besides the fact that I can tell you it's going to go to families who need it. It's going to go to legitimate needs, and it's going to go out and be a blessing and be a testament to the goodness of God. That I can assure you of. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see the testimonies. I'm excited to see families restored, and I'm excited to see prayers answered. So if you want to give to that, I will link that below. It'll be under New Impact. It'll be our logo. I actually also put in the bio just kind of our why, what this ministry is doing, what we're serving in our community. You know, originally when we started this, I thought it was going to strictly be for families, with babies, only for diapers, wipes, maybe strollers, car seats, baby food, whatever babies needed. And actually, that's about a third of what we do. But the other percentage has been to help families with food and gas and bills and emergency situations that they've needed housing and daycare paid for. There's actually been a lot more, and I put myself under the small umbrella, and I'm glad I didn't stay under that, because while we've done that, God's also allowed us to partner with other ministries to help families get the other resources that they need through other ministries. We were just a door to get them there. We've been the last resource for other families that had 10 doors shut in front of them, and we were the only one that said yes. So I'm thankful. I'm appreciative for all of you. If you want to donate to that, that will be below as well. But if you want to just share that, that will be huge. Some of that money will go towards advertising as well. I want our name out there more. I want people to know what we're doing, what we stand for, what God's doing. All glory to him, because this isn't about any of us, any of you. It's not about that. It's about all to the glory of God. So I'm excited. If you want to join me in that, please, I would appreciate the prayers. I would appreciate the shares, and I would appreciate your continued generosity. I know God's going to do it. And when we get on here, I'm not sure how long from this date that we meet that goal. Guys, I'm going to be overjoyed, and it's going to be a testimony to who God is and what he can do. So yes, it's big, but nothing's too big for God. So if you guys want to hear about Zeke's birthday, stay on. If not, I hope you guys have a blessed day. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for sharing this video and our platform with other people. I so appreciate you, and I hope to hear from you soon. Okay, so part 3. So a little backstory. Pete Man turned 6 in May, and you guys, we mentioned it in a video. It wasn't even a birthday video for him. We didn't ask for cards, anything. And you guys surprised Peter with cards and money and gift cards, and you guys were extremely generous to Peter, and I so appreciate that, because seeing my babies blessed as a mama is like the best thing ever. But Zeke was like, am I gonna get cards like Peter? Because Peter saves all of his cards. He's very sentimental. All my boys are. Well, besides Caleb, because he's a little bit young to understand that right now, but we save it for him. But anyways, Zeke was like, are all of my friends gonna send me cards and gifts like Peter? And so if you guys want to bless a little boy, this is completely separate from the ministry. I want you guys to be very aware of that. Please send him a card through our P.O. box if you want to give him money, whatever you want to do. He would so appreciate that. There is a little bit of an outreach he did want to do, and I have to explain it. So our boys always do something special, either for other little boys or for organizations, something. Well, Zeke wants to do it for our local trampoline park. There's a really cute reason behind it. So Zeke was really struggling at school, being bullied, and his auntie took him to school because he did not want to go, and she told him, you have to go to school so you can be as smart and go to the moon like Neil Armstrong. And ever since then, he's been obsessed with Neil Armstrong. His birthday party is going to be space because of Neil Armstrong. Like, he's obsessed with him. So in his imagination, trampolines, he's going to jump on them to the moon like Neil Armstrong. So he wants, and bear with me, but he said, I want $500 to give to the trampoline park. Now, do not send him $500, okay? He said that because in his mind, that means he's rich. You know, he can do whatever he wants. Kids and their imagination. But his local trampoline park does do a need of the week, and we do plan to take him to the trampoline park. And so they've done food pantry, so like canned goods. They've done school supplies. A lot of times we go in and it's animal shelter. They'll pick an animal shelter, and so cat food, dog food, treats, whatever that could go to that. If you bring in something like that, you get discounted jump prices. So if you want to give him money for that as well, just go ahead and like disclose what that's for. I'll link my Zelle below as well, which is just like an app for you to send money through. That is to me directly. That is not to the ministry. That will go to Zeke. Just let me know if you want it to go to a toy for him. I know one thing he keeps asking for is a trampoline for the water. So we got a small little boat. My husband really wanted a boat, and he found a really good deal. We got a boat, and he wants a birthday party on the lake. And he really wants this trampoline. I did not know this was a thing because we bought them a double tube. But he wants this trampoline that you can hook to the back of your boat for the water. And I think, how cool is that? So if you wanted to go to even something like that, just let us know. Again, if you send something to the ministry and then you text me and say, hey, I sent $20 for Zeke, man, it won't get to him. So the ministry is completely separate. That is for families in need. Zeke is not in need. This is just out of your generosity if you want to give to a little boy, but by no means are you required. He will be very blessed by, obviously, his mom and dad, his aunts, his grandparents, his friends. He will be blessed and loved. This is just something that he said, and I thought, oh my goodness, how sweet is that? Absolutely will I share that with you guys. So if you want to bless a little 4-year-old or soon to be 4-year-old, his birthday is the 19th. I am excited to celebrate him. I'm excited to see the joy on his face. If you want to send him a card, it does not have to have money on it. I know little ones get excited. They think $1 makes them rich. So anything he will appreciate. Peter did. I know he will. I love seeing them blessed and loved on. So you just know that I thank you as well. But it's not a requirement. So please know this is completely separate, which is why I saved it for the very end of the video. And if you stuck around this long, thank you. Thank you for being here for it all, whether it be personal, whether it be ministry. You guys have truly become family. You guys check on me, check on my kids if I'm absent. If you see something on my Facebook, you follow up. Thank you. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I hope to hear from you. I hope to get on here soon with exciting updates from the Give, Send, Go platform. I know God's gonna do it. I know you guys are amazing. I know this platform can do amazing things. And so that's what I'm speaking. And so I hope you guys have a great week. I will keep you updated as far as my prayer request goes, as to how my appointment goes. And if you guys have prayer requests, please leave those below, or just message me if you're going through something similar. I love you. I hope you have an awesome day, and I will look forward to hearing from you soon.